What is going on, guys? Michael from GPURisers.com back here again today, and in today's video we are transferring the entire GPURisers mining bunker from Ethermine over to 2Miners. So a couple people have been mentioning that they would like me to be on camera more often rather than just staring at a screen, so I completely understand that. So I'm going to start appearing in more videos. So for today's video, I did throw on my 2Miners shirt and I did my hair and I'm ready to go. And if you guys notice, I did put a couple little flames around the screen and stuff like that. I'm trying to make it look a little bit better, but we'll see how it turns out. So if you guys have any feedback or any recommendations or anything like that on how it looks here, please drop a comment down below. We're always looking for some feedback. But that said, today's video is going to be about transferring our mining farm from Ethermine over to 2Miners. Now, there are a couple reasons why we are doing this, and I'm going to transfer over to the desktop with me in the corner here to go over a couple different things. However, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about why we're doing it before I jump into that. Now, a lot of people are saying that we are in a quote-unquote bear market. And I don't necessarily think that is true. Now, having mined for quite a while, I've noticed different cyclical seasons with cryptocurrencies. And prior to the last, I want to say year to 2 years, crypto markets never really followed other major markets. And those markets include, the regular stock markets here in the US, the NASDAQ, the Dow, and everything like that. Now, what I mean by that is prior to this last bull run, cryptocurrencies never really followed the other markets. Now, if you look at charts that compare the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, or just the overall stock market, the S&P, usually when the market opens, cryptocurrencies tank. And then cryptocurrencies slowly recover as the day goes on and through the night. And then again, right before market open, they tank again. In short, what I believe that means is that cryptocurrencies follow the stock market more than ever. And so to claim this as a crypto winter or a crypto bear market, I believe is inaccurate because cryptocurrencies are so embedded in the overall equity markets here in the United States. And of course abroad as well, a global economy. Now, rather than calling this a crypto winter or a bear market or anything like that, this is simply just following the rest of the world's economy. So if you compare cryptocurrency prices like Ethereum and Bitcoin, and you pin that against the NASDAQ, big blue chips like Netflix and Facebook and PayPal, you'll see that compared to those, cryptocurrencies aren't down that much. And I'm confident when the markets eventually recover, cryptocurrencies will recover as well. Because unlike 2013, 2017, any major crash in cryptocurrencies, now more than ever, cryptocurrencies are so involved with the rest of the world's economy. So you're probably asking, what does this all have to do with us switching from Ethermine to 2Miners? And so the reason we are switching from Ethermine to 2Miners is because we want to get paid out in Bitcoin. And how does that relate to everything that I just spoke about? In slow, bearish, and sluggish markets, in a slow world economy, we here at GPURisers.com believe that Bitcoin will be the most stable currency to hold on to. Ethereum will be going through a lot, and there is a lot of risk coming up with the overall merge that is coming. We don't know if it is going to be a smooth transition. The developers on all the calls have not made it very comforting, thinking that this is going to be a smooth transition. So we don't currently want to hold a whole lot of Ethereum in our crypto portfolio. And yes, you can always get paid out in Ethereum and then swap it over to Bitcoin. However, we'd rather start just getting payouts directly to Bitcoin. And we want to start holding or hodling or whatever you want to call it, Bitcoin rather than other currencies in a global economy and a market that we're currently experiencing. And so Bitcoin was the first blockchain to be released. It is not a smart contract platform. I know that they're trying to add stuff like that to it right now. However, for now, Bitcoin is a digital gold. Its pricing is determined by supply and demand and what we value it to be. We're not trying to run decentralized applications on a network like Ethereum on Bitcoin. And so basically, long story short, Bitcoin doesn't have much change happening. And historically, Bitcoin has always been more stable than other cryptocurrencies. So to sum all of that up before we jump into 2Miners, that is where our head is at with Bitcoin compared to holding other cryptocurrencies in a market like we're experiencing now. But we would love to hear what the community has to say about that. What coins are you guys going to be holding through this? Do you think this is a temporary thing, or do you think we really are going into a crypto winter? Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. But for now, let's switch over to the desktop, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about 2Miners. All right, guys, so here is our dashboard on Ethermine. You can see here we're pulling about 10.8 gigahash. The average is a little down. We were doing some maintenance on the Octominer X12 cases, and also the R8. Our heat box is, if you guys have been watching, a constant work in progress. But I briefly kind of wanted to introduce you guys to 2Miners if you're not familiar with it. So we will be carrying over our 10.8 gigahash over to 2Miners. And the first reason for that is going to be right here, and it's going to be because we get payouts in Bitcoin. So right here, if you look at this, it says each payout in Nano, which they can also pay out in Nano, is absolutely free. Each payout in Bitcoin costs you less than 50 cents. Now, right now, when we get paid out by Ethermine, we're paid out in Ethereum, which the miner on Ethereum has to pay that fee. And you can set custom gas fees, and generally it's really low. However, you guys know as much as I do that the Ethereum network can get congested very quick and the gas prices can go very high. And you can always wait to get paid out until the gas prices come down, but I've seen that take upwards of 1 or 2 or even 3 days. Now, it hasn't done that in a while, so it's not that big of an issue. It doesn't really bother us all too much. However, it is nice to see that the fees for being paid out in Bitcoin doesn't really cost you much. If anything, it will be lower than what we're currently paying getting paid out on the layer 1 Ethereum on Ethermine. Now, if you look here, it says, as of now, auto exchange works only in 2Miners Ethereum pools. So we hope that this will eventually change because of what brings us to our next reason of why we're switching over to 2Miners. And that is because 2Miners also allows and has a pools for many different coins and altcoins. So if we switch over to their altcoin mining pool chart right here, you have Ethereum, ETH Classic, Ravencoin, Monero, Ergo. A couple here are familiar: Nervos, Zcash, Firo, Flux is here. That's great to see. And there's just a couple here. Grin, haven't mined that in a while. But all these are here and in one pool. So that's nice to see, and kind of leading off what I was just talking about, we hope to see that this auto exchange from whatever coin it is to Bitcoin is implemented on these other algorithms. And I think that 2Miners will eventually switch over to that, especially once Ethereum switches to proof of stake, because that is a big selling point on 2Miners, is getting paid out in that Bitcoin. And if Ethereum is no longer mineable, I feel like that they're going to kind of be forced to switch over to a payment method like that for altcoins. Now here on 2Miners website, it says the alternative to Ethermine, and it kind of goes through and kind of compares their pool against Ethermine, Nano Pool, and F2 Pool. So a little bit of the differences here. You get support and stuff. I'm not sure how great that would be. Solo mining or solo pool option I think is really cool, especially for smaller projects and stuff like that. We might do some videos on that. They also have a Telegram bot that will alert you if a rig drops. But if you're mining on different, Linux operating systems like MinerStat or Hive or whatever it may be, they usually have that as well, and stuff like that. But really, at the end of the day, pools are meant to be simple. They're not meant to be, different miners. They're not, complicated. They're just a pool that you can connect to mine with other people to get consistent payouts. So if we switch over to a mining calculator like MinerStat, I pulled up a 3080, RTX 3080 here to show you guys. They have all these different pools right here, and it does actually show that 2Miners is a little bit less profitable than mining Ethereum direct. Now, from what I've noticed, especially with a pool the size of 2Miners, is that you might have a couple different fluctuations, but regardless of what pool you're connected to, your payouts are going to be the same over a length of time. That's why you can see here that the fee on these is 1% for 2Miners, Ethermine, Nano Pool, and F2 Pool is 2.5%. So over time, this will equalize out, and the payouts should be the same between Ethermine and also 2Miners. So if you guys look at the screen here, you can see that 2Miners has a pool hash rate of, again, 67.7 terahash. Now, in comparison, we can jump over to Ethermine right here, and you can see the total that they have is right at 298. So you can see Ethermine is much, much larger than what 2Miners is. However, 2Miners is still a massive mining pool. You can see here that they have 119,000 miners that are online. And if we go over to the front page here, it shows what they paid out in the last 24 hours. Or I think you actually have to go over to the pool here, And there it is. They paid out 1.5 million in miners in the last 24 hours just for the Ethereum mining pool. So again, this is a very, very large mining pool. You can see here 67 again compared to the 1.04 petahash. So really 2Miners has about 6.7% of the overall Ethereum network hash rate. And that is quite a lot. So guys, really that is where I'm going to end today's video. So let me know what you guys are doing. Are you guys on 2Miners? Are you guys sticking with Ethermine or Nanopool? Or are you guys on Flexpool? So let us know. We don't know if we're going to stay on 2Miners long term, but with how the market is looking and everything like that, and the simplicity of just getting paid out in Bitcoin and having the fees being lower, we see this as the best option as of now. But you get a lot of mixed feedback when doing research online. A lot of these pools compete with other pools, so they'll say to use their pool or use this one, or this pool does that, or this pool does this. So we would really love to hear what the community has to say about 2Miners. Do you like it? Do you don't like it? Please drop a comment down below. But that is going to be everything for this video, guys. I hope everyone watching this has a great rest of their day, and we'll see you guys next time.